Hi everyone, I'm Britt. I'm the head sommelier of Shangri-La Hotel Singapore. So I believe most of us are staying at home during these really special times. But that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy a nice bottle of wine or two with our meals. So here, through a series of videos, I just want to share with you some of the things that we can do or some of the things that we can find out or know to learn more about just to make our wine experience a little bit better at home. So generally speaking, there are three main wine categories, namely the sparkling. So sparkling wines are like your champagne, your prosecco from Italy, your cava from Spain, and then we have the still wines, which are your white wines, your red wines, your rosé wines, and lastly, some fortified wines, some ports and sherries. Sparkling wines, again, you have your champagnes and the rest of your bubbles, and the best serving temperature, in my opinion, will be about 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. In the still wine category, you have your whites, your rosés, and your reds, and it's most probably the most common wine that you will encounter and drink. And there's a wide range within the still wines, and for the whites, normally a fresher and younger style of white wine, like the Riesling, I will serve it at 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. For the reds, a light Pinot Noir, you can serve it slightly chill as well, about 13 to 15 degrees Celsius, and something that's more heavy and full body, 15 to 17 degrees Celsius.
If you have been having your reds at Singapore room temperature, do try to have your reds slightly colder than usual. Trust me, you will have a totally different experience with the wine.
And lastly, we have the fortified wines category. And fortified wines, as the name suggests, it has been strengthened with addition of alcohol.
A sweet fortified wine such as port is a really nice after dinner drink, or to have it with food like blue cheese and chocolates.
These are best enjoyed slightly chill as well, around 10 degrees Celsius, so that you can really tone down the alcohol burn and enjoy the flavors of the wine. So now I hope you get a bit of idea of what to drink next in your home, and stay tuned for our next video. Hello everyone, I'm Britt, the head sommelier of Shangri-La Hotel Singapore, and welcome back to another video about wines. So today I'm going to talk about some of the ways where we can keep our leftover wines. And the easiest way to do that is actually to use the original enclosure of the wine bottles itself. If you have a bottle of wine with cork, you can just cork it back. If you have a bottle with screw cap, you can just close it back. If you have a bottle of champagne or bubbles, you can get one of these stoppers. Just close it back, and again leave them in the fridge. Next is a common and inexpensive tool that you can most probably find in supermarket or any wine shops. It's actually a wine pump. So a wine pump that looks something like this, and it usually comes with its own closure as well. So how does this work is that you get this stopper and you just pop it into the bottle, and then you can use this to pump the air out.
Most restaurants use this wine preservation system, and it really does work.
So this pumps the air and creates a vacuum in the bottle itself, so it prevents oxygen contact. In this way, you can actually save your bottle for another few days in the fridge. So one last thing that I would want to show you is something really special. It's called the Korawan device, and this has been a life-changing tool for a lot of wine professionals and restaurants as well. What it allows you to do is to pour a glass of wine without actually removing the cork. So you just put the device on top, the needle actually pokes through the cork. A little pump. Voila, a glass of wine. And then you can just pull it out. Your bottle of wine is as good as new, and you can just store it as usual for weeks, months, or even years. So now that you are able to store your wines properly, so happy drinking and see you next time. Hello everyone, my name is Britt, the head sommelier of Shangri-La Hotel Singapore. I would like to share with you some tips on how professionals actually taste wines. When sommeliers taste wine, we use more than just our taste buds. We actually use our sense of sight, our sense of smell, and our sense of taste. Let's start with our sense of sight, the appearance of the wine. So you can actually tell a lot about wine just by looking at it. So the color in typical red wine, if the color is bright purple and very inky, it most indicate that it's a young wine. And a wine that has seen some age will look a bit more garnet and orange. So already you can get some information just by the color of the wine. Another interesting thing to look at is actually the tears. So when you swirl the wine, you can actually see the lake or the tears of the wine are flowing down. If it flows fairly quickly, it means that the wine has low alcohol. If it flows very slowly, like this wine itself, it will indicate that the wine has high alcohol, maybe around 13 to 14%. And then we can move on to our sense of smell, and you can really tell a lot from your nose, from smelling the wine. If a wine is fairly young, you will get a lot of fruit characters, and if the wine is fairly old or aged, you get a lot of herbs, some dry herbs, some spices, or some earth. And every wine, depending on the grape varietal and where it comes from, it gives you a set of very distinct descriptors, and this is how we identify wines in blind tastings. And finally, we get to the fun part, to actually tasting the wine. So when you taste the wine, you're looking out for a few things, mainly the structure and the body of the wine, whether it's a light body wine or it's a full body wine, whether it's an alcoholic wine where you can feel the burn in your throat, or whether it's a wine that is high in acidity. It reminds you things like lemon and lime. But most importantly, at this point, after seeing, smelling and tasting the wine, it's for you to decide whether you actually like it or not. And wine, again, is something that's very personal. There's no right or wrong. So be confident. If you like something, you like it. If you don't, then you don't. I hope these are some of the useful tips that will help you out for your next dining experience. And in the meantime, do stay safe and take care. See you around.